Hey guys, this video will show you how to make an avatar for the blog. And just to show you what the avatars are, we talked about them a little bit at last class, but the avatar is the picture that shows up next to your name when you comment on something on the blog. It will also show up next to the title of your posts. So if I go back to the main blog here and look at the things that I've posted, like this first one, a note about the blog, you can see my little avatar shows up there. And since I'm the only one who has an avatar right now, then it'll show up next to the posts that I have created. So here I am. Your assignment this week is to create an avatar of yourself in Inkscape. And there are a couple things you need to pay attention to when you create your avatar. I created this picture at a much larger size, but it needs to be shrunk to 100 by 100. You can see now by the scale at the top that I'm between 0 and 100 here. So you're going to need to shrink your image. And remember, you can do that by stretching out a box around your whole thing once you're happy with it and shrinking it. And remember that this lock button up here, you definitely want to lock that before you start messing with the size, because you could end up changing the perspective of your drawing. I'm not going to end up stretching mine now because it is at the right size, but you'll notice that I also put a little bit of space between the edges of my drawing. If I were to zoom to the full size of my drawing, my page is set larger than my drawing. So you don't want to do what we've done in the past, which is to go into document properties and then just fit page to selection like it says right here. Although remember, you guys have a different option where you have to expand a little plus sign here and then see the option to fit the page to selection. You can though plug in a custom size, which is what I did. I made it 100 by 100, and then I told it to show the page border so that I could see where it was, and then I could move my image by grabbing it all, either by going Control A, which I just did to select everything, and then moving it around, right? I could center it or move it off of center. And that's what you're going to want to do after you've set your size at 100 by 100. Then save it, always save your work, and then export it, as you guys have already learned how to do as well. Once you have done all that, you can close out of Inkscape and go to this website called Gravatar, gravatar.com. So I am logged into Gravatar right now, but I'll tell you what Gravatar is. Gravatar stands for Globally Recognized Avatar. There are lots of blogs in the world, and there are lots of other kinds of web-based things like forums that use avatars. And Gravatar is a system created so that you can make one picture of yourself, whatever it may be, a photo or, in our case, a drawing in Inkscape, and upload it into Gravatar, and then it will show up in blogs and other places that are set to use Gravatar. And my blog, the blog that we're using right now, is set to use a Gravatar image. A Gravatar image is associated with your email address. So when you go to Gravatar, and if I sign out right now, or log out, as the case may be, it'll show me the main Gravatar screen, the home page. So you guys are going to want to sign up with the email address that you have, and when you click on sign up, it'll take you here. You just plug in your email and click on sign up, and it will send you an email to that email address saying to click on the link in your email to confirm that you want to create a Gravatar account. And once you have your account, it will prompt you to create a password for it. Then you can come into your account. So I'm going to skip this part because I have already created mine, and I'm going to log in. And once I log in, it's going to show me my Gravatars, and you can recognize that this one is sort of a weird mixture of that warlock that I created the other day. It does not like SVG files. That's why my warlock looks funny and doesn't have hair and doesn't have color. I had originally tried to upload an SVG file, but Gravatar can't handle it. So I had to do my export and save it as a PNG file, which you guys already know how to do. Once I did that, I was able to upload it and save my Gravatar. And once I had my Gravatar saved, I was able to see it on the blog. So once you've created your Gravatar account and uploaded your image into Gravatar, you should see it show up fairly soon on the blog. The blog takes a few minutes to actually update and see the Gravatar image, but it shouldn't take too long. That's it.